Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for Making Progress with Mayor Leroy Sullivan. I'm happy to have today as my guest Ms. Kristin Zatta, who is with Entergy. She's our representative for the Donaldsonville area and the surrounding areas, I should say, uh, when it comes to Entergy. So she's the person that likes to go out. People call me, hey, how long the lights are going to be out, how long the power's going to be off. And I'm calling Christian, hey, can you give me an update? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. So you have been a valuable resource to me, and I'm just happy to have you here today on this broadcast. I know you have something exciting for us, but let's talk for a moment. Um, we're in the middle of hurricane season, so tell me what people should do or what they should know in reference to energy and hurricane preparation.
A hot topic right now because we're right in the middle of hurricane season. First of all, always be prepared. Make sure you have flashlights, water, toiletries, etc. Because if a hurricane comes, we're getting hit more than likely, or we'll lose power for a little while. We're used to that. We live on the bayou area. It's part of where we live. If you do lose power, always report it. 1-800 Entergy. You can also go to the app and report it as well. Don't assume that we know that your power is off. And this is not just in hurricane season, all of the time. So report your power and check view outage to see when the power should be restored.
Right.
We will update that as soon as we know what the problem is and when we're able to rectify it. So you'll see an estimated time of restoration on there. Most of the time they may have uh, they may know exactly what's going on in the area as well. So they might say there's trees down, poles down, and it's going to take 4 or 5, 6 hours. So just be prepared during hurricane season, and monitor our website, monitor weather too to make sure it's safe to go outside. Don't touch any lines that are down. Always assume that they are energized, that they're hot, that you're going to get electrocuted if you touch them. So do not touch them. Call 911, call sheriff's office, police department, call Entergy. Do not touch a down power line. If you see a broken pole, you can report that as well. You can report your power outage, and I'm going to touch on lighting too. So street
Yes.
lights is a hot topic in all of our towns too. If you see a light out, a street light out in your neighborhood, hurricane season, not hurricane season, you can report that as well. So as a
Right.
customer, you can go onto our website where it says report outage. Instead of reporting a power outage, you report a street light outage. You put in the address of the street light, your name, contact information, and it will generate a work order for you. You can copy that work order down for future reference, and 3 to 7 business days is usually the turnaround time for getting a street light fixed. But anybody can do that, Mayor.
Right. And so the website is www.entergy.com.
Entergy.com.
And the phone number to remember is 1-800 Entergy.
Correct.
And so she said, call that number if you have a power outage.
Yes.
Not to the mayor.
Don't call the mayor.
So,
Correct.
sticking with hurricane and hurricane preparedness, and we know there's always the potential for a hurricane to hit our area. Um, so hurricanes happen, power goes out, and people start getting frustrated after the first 24 hours. Well, really 12 hours. They don't know when my power's coming back on, and it's a process that Entergy has to go through before they can put power on. First of all, if they like to say it, if there's any trees or anything down, all of that have to be taken care of. There may be something on the feeders coming into the city of Donaldsonville that have to be taken care of. So they may see trucks in the area and say, well, they're not doing anything. The first thing they're doing is doing the assessment,
Assessing.
right?
Yes, correct.
To make sure that everything is safe or what needs to be corrected before they can put power back on. And then you have power comes on, and everybody comes on except one person. And they're like, well, why everybody else have power and I don't have it? So it's an isolated uh, incident or
Mm-hmm,
power
mm-hmm.
outage, and it could be something from the something happened to the weatherhead, or something to the power coming to that one house, and Entergy is not going to stop and take care of that one house. That would be laid on because they're going to try to get as many
To
people
get the
on
mass on.
right
Yes,
as
correct.
possible. So, and I think people need to understand that when the power comes on around you and you're the isolated house that doesn't have power, then there needs to be some patience because they will get to you, but it's not something that they're going to do right then and there.
That's correct, Mayor. And look, you've been in this position for such a long time. You're a great advocate for Entergy. You understand the process, it shows our partnership that we've
Right.
had for so many years with the city of Donisonville. And you're correct. So what Entergy does is they do assess. They have to see what poles are broken, bring in the equipment that's needed, because so they assess to understand what needs to be fixed and what equipment needs to be brought in. Behind that is we do have to make sure the power plants are running. So
Right.
if power plants don't have power, you're not getting power. Then it comes down to the substations. If the substations don't have power, the rest aren't getting power. So as long as they have power, then we go down all the way down to the individual. So Entergy does after they assess, they'll pick up their main feeders or their main trunks is what a lot of people hear. They'll pick up the main trunks first, and then they'll go back and get the laterals, which is could be streets and few houses that are on it. If your neighbor has power or all of your neighbors have power and you don't, check or view outage map to make sure that you are identified. If you're not, call 1-800-ENTERGY to make sure that we capture that outage because we may think that you're on and we don't know that you are. It could be also something on your end. Maybe check your breaker too, um, and um, and report it to Entergy if you're out.
So, uh, let's say there's a tree uh, close to my home, with and it's in the power lines of Entergy, and I'm concerned because we know we're in hurricane season, and I feel like this tree needs to be trimmed back or cut. What should I do?
You can also call Entergy and ask for them to trim an area near your house. I will say, if a resident calls and there's a tree encroaching onto the lines, and they want it trimmed back, the company does come and they do a trim and leave. If it's an emergency, sometimes they'll leave. Always go outside and ask, can you pick it up? Can you not? But so we do have some of those rules on our Entergy site too, because that's always a big question. And when Entergy picks the branches up
Branches
and
out.
when do they don't? Um, if you do see a tree down, you don't have power, report that and report it as vegetation is taking the tree down. Tree down, poles down, whatnot.
And so, a week ago in Donaldsonville, there was a lot of trucks, integer trucks, on Highway 1 North, West 10th Street, as some people refer to it, and on Catawba Street, changing out a lot of poles. So, is that in preparation for hurricanes, and
Yes. So
making sure that we don't have a whole bunch of poles falling as soon as the wind starts to blow?
So yes, this is actually part of our resiliency plan. This is company wide, all states, especially Louisiana, where we are changing out our wooden poles to steel poles that will resist 140-mile-per-hour winds. So they're stronger. Um, and what happens is if we don't have to change a pole and we only have to change spans of wire,
Right.
it's a lot quicker for us to restore power than it is to change out a pole, which typically takes 4 to 6 hours to change out one single pole. And I've seen in this area 40 poles down at
Right.
at one time. That being said, we are excited about this resiliency plan. It's a 3 to 4 year approval that we've plan that we've gotten approved by the Public Service Commission. So throughout the next few years, you'll see these poles being changed out in and out of your community.
Great. So we know that there's a lot of buzz around Donaldsonville, Ascension Parish, with all of the industry that is looking to come to the area. Last week, I was at the LMA convention in Lake Charles. Me and four of my city council members, we were present, and every breakout session that we went into, basically they were talking about Ascension Parish, Donaldsonville, and Hyundai Steel. So the entire state is talking about what's getting ready to happen here in the city of Downsville and the West Bank of Ascension Parish. Um, so how is that going to impact Entergy? And a lot of people talk about, you hear all the stuff with the grid and rolling blackouts and all that other stuff in other areas. Uh, just tell us a little bit about Entergy's plan in order to be uh, ready to supply electricity to industry, the new industry that be coming to
Yeah,
the area.
absolutely. And first of all, I won't say it's just a little bit of a buzz. When you have the president talking about your
Yeah,
city, that's a big deal. So congratulations to Ascension, to City of Donaldsonville, for all your hard work in attracting these companies here. This is a huge win for Louisiana. So and for Entergy as well. So we do have a lot of work ahead of us. They've already started preparing to bring the load to this area. We've got a new line that's going to come from the whole West Bank, all the way up from the North Iberville down to St. Charles Parish, to provide power to those companies, especially Hyundai that's coming to this west side area. We have new substations being built, so we are prepared and preparing for the growth that's going to come, not only with those companies, but what's going to come afterwards as well.
right. So with with Hyundai, the announcement, like you say, the president was, out front saying that Hyundai is coming. So we know that this is something that will become a reality here very soon. There's a lot of Koreans that have been coming to the city of Downsville, with Hyundai Steel and Hyundai Motors out of Alabama. In fact, on Tuesday, I spent most of the day with them going around to different events. They came here to the city of Downsville. I had my supervisors to come in here. They spoke to them, told them about the plan, and uh, they're on the fast track with trying to get this plant built. But we're able to answer any questions that they had, and so uh, it's a great feeling when you have a company like Hyundai that chooses an area, and then now they're coming and making sure that they are telling people about what's going on. They're meeting with different people. They came last month. They met with pastors. They met, with schools. RPCC, Downsville High School, you name it. They have been coming and they've been having meetings and making sure that they are part of the community. So it's it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's happening, and I just want to, as I always do, is encourage those people that want to get a job with Hyundai or any other industry that is coming. You have to prepare yourself. I heard somebody say the other day, I think it was Councilman Reverend Charles Brown, and it's like one of the things for, I think it's Medicaid, where they say prepare, prepare, prepare.
Right.
That's what we have to do. We have to prepare and make sure that we're preparing uh, this community for the industry that's coming in the job. So you have to go and get that skill set, go and get that trade. They're offering things at Donaldsonville High School. We also need to make sure that those that are in like eighth grade now start focusing on their career path and what do they want to do. And if that career path is industry, then there are so many things that are available to them. So I think that the parents should, make sure that they sit down and have a conversation, with their child or their children. What do you want to do? And make sure that you're preparing for it now. When you hear about all of these jobs that's going to be coming, I'm talking about permanent jobs. you have to be qualified in order to get this job. So you need to start taking care of things. And I don't want this here to seem negative or come out the wrong way. But if you have even something on your record, take care of that now. Don't wait. Get it expunged. If it can be expunged, get that taken care of where nothing would be a hindrance from you being able to get a good paying job, which will mean that you'll be able to take care of your family, which means that the economy will grow and everything will be better around us. So we're just excited about Hyundai Steel and CF Industries and all of those industries that are announcing, and there's even more that's looking at this area, for the possibility of bringing industry here. We know with that also there will be other businesses. There will be stores. There will be other restaurants. There will be other business that complement industry that will come to this area. And I'm gonna tell you, it's been almost overwhelming that it's almost every day someone is coming here and they want to know about Dallas, want to know about the surrounding area. You know, where can houses be developed? What's the plan of the city, the whole master plan of what you want to see in this community. So there's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of excitement. With the city of Donaldsonville and the West Bank of Ascension Parish, and I think that we just all need to start preparing ourselves and be ready for the ride that's going to bring us into the future. So just happy and excited. I'm happy about the partnership that we have with Entergy. I know sometimes you probably look at your phone and say, "Oh, that's Mayor Sullivan calling me again. I wonder what he wants."
No, it's always great talking to you, of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
But I agree, the economic impact of what's happening here is going to be amazing for this community. I love Donaldsonville. Grew up around here, but the folks here need to be prepared to what's going to come because
You can tell them you're from Assumption
I'm
Parish. I'm
from
not gonna get
Assumption,
mad.
but I grew up in Donaldsonville too. So, but I grew up on the bayou,
Yes,
here.
right.
So, but it's always I always treasure it every time we talk. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
never a bad conversation that we had. But I think looking at growth, not only in the city, but this is a great segue into why I'm also here today, which is to present a $5,000 check to you
We
and your
love
Main Street
checks. Yes.
program. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate everything that entity does. When they give back to the community. I know y'all help our Marriage Youth Advisory Council. When we call, y'all answer the bell, and we appreciate that. Thanks to Representative Ken Brass, Senator Ed Price for also being a part of the things that Entergy is doing to give back. They cannot be here today, but we salute and applaud them for all of their efforts as well. Um, but I talked about calling you, and if I pick up my phone and call you right now, your face is gonna pop up. But there's three little uh, creatures that you see. I mean, the first time I'm like, wow, they're beautiful. So tell us about your labradoodles.
My mini Australian Labradoodles. I do also aside on have a wonderful hobby of mine. Some people like to garden. I like to raise dogs, and so I have sugarcane doodles, and
Sugar
we
cane
sugarcane
doodles.
doodles, and so we raise certified sweet mini Australian Labradoodles. And I didn't think you were going to put me on the spot about that, but yes, I do love my puppies, and I love when I get to work with somebody from where I grew up, and we have a lot of dogs on the bayou as well.
So you're from Assumption
So,
Parish. Louis Sawa, who opened a coffee shop here, Sugar Cane Toffee. Uh, Maybe he could have as his mascot Sugar
right,
Cane Doodle, right?
right.
So Louis, if you're listening, you're watching, maybe we could have a Sugar Cane Doodle as the mascot for the coffee toffee
And
shop.
that's how we got the idea. Our family has two sugar mills here in in Bayou area. Lots of sugar cane land, so it was just fitting to have our company called that. So
Great.
thank you for the plug. Appreciate that.
So, just a couple of other things I want to mention right quick. The Donaldsonville Western Senior Sock Hop will take place on Friday, August the 15th at the Lemon Memorial Center, which is located at 1100 Clay Street here in Donaldsonville from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The music will be performed by Red Tape Music, and it is sponsored by the Council on Aging and the St. Parish government. So go out to the Lemon Center on Friday, August the 15th from 11 to 2 and go out and dance, shake a leg. You know, I've been out there, man, they say sock out, but I don't see people in their socks. They're just out there dancing, having fun, and it has really been a great event. Um, like I said, so much is going on in Donaldsonville, and I just want to say to those that are watching this broadcast, let's make sure that we prepare. Let's make sure that we come together as a community and do what's best for the community. Uh, there's no way I can do it all by myself. We have put together a strategic planning commission. They will be meeting very soon in order to make sure that we start planning for 5, 10, 20 years from now with the city of Downsville and the growth that is coming to this community. We want to try to grow our infrastructure, grow this city along with all of the other growth that is coming. But we can't do it by ourselves. There have to be a partnership between this community and all of the elected officials, parish officials, state officials, city officials. We all have to work together, and not just in the city of Downasville or St. John Parish. There have been meetings with parish government in Iberville, St. James, Assumption. We all have come together because we know that this growth is going to impact all of those parishes and even beyond that. So let's come together, have any ideas on things that we can do. Please share them with us, and we're going to do everything we can in order to make sure that we move the city of Donaldsonville forward. Investors are coming and wanting to build subdivision. You name it, people are coming here. Donaldsonville and the surrounding area on the west bank of St. John Parish has truly become an attraction, and we want to make sure that we capitalize on all of it. So, my friend, do you have any closing comments you would like to make?
Well, I do want to say thank you for your partnership. Like I said, not only have we been friends for many years, but you've been a friend of Entergy's and an advocate for us for a very long time, and I want to thank you for that. We're
Well,
always here
thank
to
you.
support you, to support your programs, and to support the city in their growth. And we're excited to be right beside y'all in the great things that are happening right now.
Well, thank you. And Mike, could you grab the check and we'll show the check and then we'll take a photo right
Yep.
quick? Yes. There we go. All right. Well, thank you again,
Yep.
Christian, for coming and being on the show. And thank you for the donation to the Main Street program for the city of Donaldsonville. And to those that are watching this Facebook live broadcast, thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can catch us most of the time on Thursdays at 2 o'clock p.m. Sometimes I have to cancel out because there is just so much going on in the city of Donaldsonville. And if I'm not in an in-person meeting, I'm on a Zoom call or I'm somewhere doing something in order to promote and help the city of Donaldsonville. So until the next time, God bless you and God keep you is always my prayer.